Welcome. Welcome to N1, cultural forum where we promote the rich cultural heritage of Ndi Igbo. You're welcome if this is your first time of coming across our videos. Kindly like, subscribe, and comment down below. Today we are looking at why Ndi Igbo are considered ancient people. In fact, the most ancient people on the planet. Why? What are the reasons why Ndi Igbo are considered ancient people? We're going to be looking at 5 good reasons why Igbos are considered ancient people. Hi, Leo Regis, welcome. It's nice to have you on board. So let's head into it. The number 1 reason why Ndi Igbo are considered ancient people is because of archaeological discovery. You know, when we are talking about history, the first thing you should look at is archaeological discoveries. Are there archaeological discoveries that point to the fact that Ndi Igbo are ancient? What are those archaeological discoveries? Are they proven? What are the proofs? So let's dive. Join me. The number 1 archaeological discovery that points to the antiquity of Ndi Igbo is the discovery at Ngogo Ancient Kingdom. Ngogo is spelled Ngodo. Ngogo Ancient Kingdom is located in present-day Okigwe in Abia State. Greetings to you, my brother. Welcome. Welcome, Ben. So, Ngogo Ancient Kingdom is located in Okigwe. That is where the cave called Ugwuele cave, that's where it is located. People who are from there say that that is where a deity called Nemchukwu, the mother goddess, lived. Nemchukwu. And that is where archaeologists discovered the most ancient Acheulean tools in the world. The Acheulean tools discovered at Ugwuele is at least 250,000 years old. You can browse these things, so they are not just claims. Give this video a thumbs up if you're just saying it. If you're just coming on board, please give this video a thumbs up and help us to share it to your audience. I was already running a live stream before now. It was my attempt to share the video that made me lose network and connection, so I ended that live stream and started afresh. So I don't want to take that risk again of going to share videos. Let you, the person who is watching it, share it to your own audience. So we have talked about the discovery at Ugwuele in Okigwe, present-day Anambra State. The place was called Ngogo Ancient Kingdom. These things are recognized by the National Council for Museums and Monuments. So we're not just making claims, okay? Because people would like to say Ndi Igbo, they have started again. They want to claim everything. Nobody is making claims here. We are stating facts. Facts that you can go offline a little to verify, then come back and tackle us, okay? They won't want them back. It's nice to have you on board. So, at Ngogo Ancient Kingdom, where I talked about a deity called Nemchukwu, the natives believe that that is where humans drew their first breath. So that cave, inside it is called Isiume, first breath. Isiume, first breath. It is believed that that cave, inside it is where humans drew their very first breath. So they call the cave Isiume. Isiume. It is located in Ngogo Ancient Kingdom, present-day Okigwe. Some call it Okuigwe. Okuigwe. Some say Okaigwe. Those who are able to divine or decipher what the heavens, what the heavenly bodies are saying, or Kaiwe. Okay, somebody dropped a comment and deleted. I was about to read it. So that is the first reason why Igbos are considered ancient. And of course, that is the most ancient place in the whole Africa. I called it Ngodo Ancient Kingdom, Ngodo. You can browse it as we are talking. Ngodo is spelled Ngodo, Ngodo Ancient Kingdom. Check the age of the Acheulean tools discovered at Ngodo that were tested by internationally recognized archaeologists and documented at the National Council for Museum and Monuments by Nigerian government. Even if nobody teaches it in school, we will teach it here. So you will see pictures of the stone tools discovered at Ngodo when compared to the ones discovered in other parts of the world, the Scandinavians. When compared with them, the shapes are the same. So it is believed that Ngodo Ancient Kingdom was not just a place where Acheulean tools were manufactured for local use. It was perceived as a factory for manufacturing of those stone tools in the Stone Age for global use. Please give this video a thumbs up. 50-something people watching it, please give it a thumbs up. So, Ngodo Ancient Kingdom served like a factory where Acheulean tools, when I mean Acheulean tools, I'm talking of stone tools, were discovered, produced, and mass-produced and exported to every part of the world. That is in Igboland, in Okigwe. Okigwe was under the then Imo State, but now under Abia State. There are still some parts of Okigwe in Imo State, but the Okigwe I'm referring to here is in Imo State. Ngodo Ancient Kingdom in Uturu, Uturu local government. So that is number one. Then secondly, we have Olochukwu Abiama that pre-exists everything. Wow. Please, where is this one located? This Olochukwu Abiama. Where is it located? I would like to visit it one day or write about it. Then please, you can help me. Stage Ben, please. Stage Ben, please help me. I will read your comments. Where is Olochukwu Abiama located? So, this next one we're moving to is the reason why the only University of Nigeria in Nigeria is located in Igboland. There is only one University of Nigeria and it is located in Igboland. Where it is located in Igboland is very strategic. It is not a mistake that it was located there. Something led to the location of that university there to honor that community. Of course, you also know, let me not digress, that the Uturu that I talked about also has a university there. I think Abia State University is located in Uturu. Good. That is to honor that community, Uturu. That is why I said Ngodo Ancient Kingdom is located. There's a university there as we speak. So we move to the site of the oldest iron smelting site in the world. The first place where iron smelting started in the world. The first place where iron was ever smelted in the world. The oldest is located in Igboland. Remember, we are looking at 5 reasons why Igboland is considered ancient. So where is that place in Igboland? I know all of you know, or most of you know. The ones who don't know, let me break it down. The oldest iron smelting site in the world. While I'm saying these things, you can type them in your phone. Cross-check. Come here and post whatever you found. In case what I'm saying is falsehood, I can also learn from you. But if it's not also falsehood, you can also add to the knowledge that I have posted, okay? Thank you. So I'm waiting to read your comments. Whatever contribution you think you can make as an input, please make it. I'm listening. All right? So I'm waiting to read your comments or contributions as well. This oldest iron smelting site in the world is located in a place called Lejja in Nsukka. Lejja is spelled L-E-J-A. Lejja. Lejja iron smelting site. Thank you so much, my brother Junior. Lejja is located in Nsukka, present day Enugu State. That is why you have the oldest, the only University of Nigeria. If it is in this modern day that they want to create University of Nigeria, of course, I would have taken it to Abuja or Lagos. But it is located in Nsukka, Igboland, to honor Lejja. Lejja has the oldest iron smelting site in the world. You can check these things out, okay? So that it doesn't look like we're just talking, making noise, as some people will say, or making claims. So while I'm making these claims, if you're an Igbo person, to back up this claim, browse, find out what I'm saying. You can use your Google as a search engine. When you see things on Google, they are only helpful. They are not reliable. So when you see a story on Google, follow the link. Go and read more from that link. That link is the source of the message. Then you can know if what I'm saying is wrong or right. Okay, and make up your mind. The next place, like I've mentioned, Lejja iron smelting site. The next place again we'll proceed to. It is believed that Lejja iron smelting site produced iron in very large quantity. But one thing was unique among the Igbo. They never fought wars, despite discovering very early the use of iron technology. They did not use it to make weapons. Yes, Lejja, L-E-J-J-A, Lejja. L-E-J-J-A, Lejja. So Lejja iron smelting site is the oldest iron smelting site in the world. Please fact check it. I'll read your comments in case what I said is falsehood. If it is also true, you can come here and place it. Thank you so much, Frank. All right, so we continue. Despite having knowledge of iron technology, Ndi Igbo were not using the knowledge to make weapons. It was banned. It was against our cultural practice that if you make weapons with that knowledge, you will be sanctioned, because the Nri people who governed Igboland were priests all over communities. So in communities where weapons were made from our knowledge of iron technology, those communities will be sanctioned and cleansing will be done, because in Igboland, one thing was very sacred: human blood. Human blood is so sacred that you don't kill a fellow human, you don't even kill yourself. It is a crime to commit suicide. If you're just seeing this video, please, and you're watching, please give it thumbs up, okay? Let me read the comment of Staj Ben. I asked for this. I wanted to know, he said there's Olochukwu somewhere in Igboland, Olochukwu Abiama. I would like to visit such a historic site. He said, Mystic Olochukwu Abiama in Alayi Igbo-Ukwu Akuru ancient kingdom in Bende local government area of Abia State. Passed through Igbere to Arochukwu. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. So Bende is where we have the wonderful cultural dance called Bende Wall Dance. Okay, I hope to visit here one day. It's a historic site for us to have a home called Olochukwu Abiama. Some people who are linguists tend to relate Chukwu Abiama with Chukwu Abraham. But that's not our topic for today. If I'm going to treat such topic, of course, I would have done enough research so that when I'm bringing comparisons, it will be very, very crystal clear. Please subscribe to our channel, okay? While you're watching this video, you can just click on the link, go and subscribe. It is very important to us that after streaming such videos, our subscription, the numbers will come up in the streams, in the likes, especially in the subscriptions. So when we proceed from Lejja, with the knowledge that Igbos were the first to discover iron technology, and they were not making weapons with it. What were they making? They were making spiritual items. We have ofo from a tree. We also have the iron type, the airport type of ofo with the stick of ofo tree in it. We have Ugwuele. We have aloe. All those items that are spiritual stools like a staff were made from metals. But most importantly, because we were the first to also discover the planting of this staple food called yam. And because of our advancement in agriculture, Ndi Igbo began producing metal tools known as farm implements. Awe, hoe, mbazu, digger, opia, mma, that is knife, mmeku, kitchen knife, all kinds of implements, and the mpakala, that is onya, that we use for trap, all kinds of metal implements that help in farming and pest control were produced. Even kitchen items and domestic items like big pots. My brother, that's it. It's 7. It's even back to 6. 117 people watching, just 6 likes. It is disgraceful, but we have to continue passing knowledge. Just double tap on your screen and boom, you have liked the video. You can exit as well, find this live video, like it, and then continue or share it. These things are very simple. When you're welcome, my brother Edwin. So when these things, how they work is that if videos are well ranked, like people watching it versus the number of people who engage with it and like it, it tells the algorithm, while this video is making sense, then they spread it out. In fact, there's something YouTube introduced that after they read comments on your video, they would analyze it and send you that this topic you discussed, there are some areas in it that are not true. People were doubting what you were saying. That is why I keep saying, whatever I say, research it, comment here, let's see if we are saying the truth. Double tap, like the video. You are not sending money to the person doing the live stream. In fact, if you are a YouTuber or you can browse about it, YouTube live stream doesn't give anybody 1 naira. The only money you can earn here is that top you're seeing where it's written NGN. You want to send us money, you can send it there, but as you can see, there is 0. And it's usually 0 unless someday somebody can just send you $5. So it is not for money. It is for knowledge. We were offline. I have been offline. As far back as 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we were just writing books. People don't read those books anymore unless they are ebooks. Make it an ebook. One person will download it and spread to 20 people. So we'll stop writing books. The people we need to pass knowledge to are online, watching videos like this. So I decided to be doing videos. If I want to also do videos that will earn money, it is recorded video. You record it, edit it, start posting it. That's a long process, and I cannot say everything there because I am now tailored to say this one, don't say this one. When they're editing, they will remove some, they will leave some. But in a live stream like this, I can say everything that I want to say. So please, like Frank is advising us, I wasn't even looking. Double tap on your screen, like the video, share it, engage with it like this my brothers are doing, and the video will reach more audience. So like we were saying, Ndi Igbo discovered what is called iron technology, but they banned all the people who make it from using this to make weapons. So there's no kingdom you will ever see that will say Ndi Igbo conquered them and imposed leadership on them or imposed language on them. Not one. All the places that are Igbo speaking are traditionally Igbo speaking. They did not speak any other language before they started speaking a version of the Igbo language. So that's my explanation. We started farming staple food like yam, and yam remains king of all our agricultural products. It is the symbol of man. Yam is very important to us that even when a man was getting married, he will have to present tubers of yam to the family of his in-laws. Please double tap to like the video, please, so that this video can come up on the algorithm. 131 people watching, 14 likes. It's not still at par. So please, let's bring it up. Please help this video to go, not even if it doesn't go viral, but let it reach the right audience. So, Ndi Igbo still celebrate yam to this day, 17 now. Thank you so much, everyone. It's coming up. We still celebrate yam to this day, every year. Because after planting yam, what ensues is what we call now I'm explaining 5 things that make Ndi Igbo ancient. I don't want to drift so much, but I've discussed the discoveries of the oldest Acheulean tools in the world at Ugwuele. Not just tools discovered there, but the site at Ugwuele was a factory where Acheulean tools were believed to be made and exported to other parts of the world. Then we went to Lejja in Nsukka, where the only University of Nigeria is located. There's only one University of Nigeria in the whole of Nigeria, and it is in Nsukka. So when they got there, they discovered Lejja iron-smelting sites. Thank you so much, Edwin Dunga from North America. It's nice to have you on board. So, Tochi, I'm on. Yes, if I see any question, I will take it. So, at Lejja, you have the oldest iron-smelting site. Fact check it. If you see anything contrary, paste it here as a comment. I will read it out. So, we proceed from Lejja to Igbo-Ukwu. At Igbo-Ukwu, a certain man called Isaiah Nozie was just excavating a well by the backyard of his house, and he made a shocking discovery that sparked other more archaeological excavations. And in total, close to 200 and something artifacts were excavated. These artifacts that were excavated were carbon dated as well, even if they do not contain carbon molecules. But there's a way they date metallic items. When they were dated, they were found to be around 9th to 10th century. By having the age 9th to 10th century, they are the oldest metal artifacts in the whole sub-Saharan Africa. The oldest metal works that are artifacts in the whole sub-Saharan Africa is from Igboland. That is called the Igbo-Ukwu art. Thank you, my brother who tuned in from Kuwait in Asia. It's nice to have you on board. Your name is Leo Great. So, Leon Great, you're welcome. Huh? So, Igbo-Ukwu art are not just the most ancient in sub-Saharan Africa, they are the most intricately built art and the most sophisticated art. One will ask, if this Igbo-Ukwu art is the oldest from sub-Saharan Africa, why is it that when they were going to host the first TAC 77 cultural fiesta hosted by the Nigerian government, why did they not use artifacts from Igbo-Ukwu? The answer is simple. The civil war had just ended. Not civil war, there's nothing civil about that war. The genocidal war against the Igbo had just ended. The monies realized by donations from international organizations for the rebuilding of Igboland was used to build a city called Festac in Lagos. This area called Festac is where they use in hosting Festac 77. Let me read this comment from Franks. There are no metal works. They are found above the Sahara either. Okay, I didn't see. They're not there. Okay, so I don't understand your comments, but what I've posted here, what I've discussed here is that the oldest iron smelting site in the world is located at Lejja in Nsukka. Type it into your phone, Lejja. That's Lejja in Nsukka. That's the site of the oldest iron smelt. Or you just ask where is the iron smelting site in the world? Where is the oldest iron smelting site in the world? And Google will give you an answer. If they give you, click on the link and read the history. Okay. Frank, let me read your comment again. It said, my comment is, those metal works are the oldest that they have found in Africa thus far. Okay. Either above or below the Sahara. Okay, I understand you now. Thank you so much for affirming. So, as we are saying, they now proceed to Igbo-Ukwu, where Isaiah Nozier discovered artifacts. These artifacts, people try to say they are so beautiful that there's no way they can be from Igboland. That perhaps this is a proof that Igbos are from Israel. Therefore, when they were coming, they came with such number of artifacts. Either wine, yes, older than Egypt, way older than Egypt. I'm going to come to that. And of course, that's where I will come next. Let me leave Egypt out. Way older than Egypt, way older than Israel. Not Israel as a location, because that one is very new. Israel as a people, way older. We are coming. Just hold on. So these artifacts were dated. You can check the dates. 9th to 10th century. Compare it with the Ife art, which is 12th, 13th century. Compare it with Benin art, which is 14th, 15th century. So this Igbo arts, he said, so Igbo are Jew. Some people in Igbo land is not monolithic. Oh. There are different groups of people. There are different groups of people in Igbo land. There's a group in Igbo land actually that say they are descendants of Eri, son of God. We are not taking that away from them, but they met people in Igbo land. So all Igbos are not Jews. But interestingly, there are so many cultural practices that link Igbos to the Jews. I don't want to derail, otherwise I will hammer on that. If I give you 2 instances of what relates Igbos to Jews, you will be surprised. Okay, let's deal with it, okay? In Igbo land, if a man has committed so much sin or has done so much evil, we use goat to clear that sin. That goat may either be killed or be led into the wilderness, into the evil forest. We call it Ewuolo. Go to your English words and type. Check the Bible. You will see Jews practicing this thing I said now. It is called scapegoating. That is where the word scapegoat came from. Goat that carries away sin. In fact, there's a place in the Bible where Jesus said, sins of people were washed out with blood of lamb and blood of ram and blood of goats, but his own blood speaks better. And there remaineth no more sacrifice. That is for people who believe they are Israelites. I'm just drawing similarities for you. This is one in their cultural practice. Scapegoating. Igbos also do it. It is goat that we use to cleanse sin. That is one, scapegoating. Ewuolo is what we call it in my own community. That is number 1. Number 2 is our cultural practice when it comes to when a child is born. We do our Igbo-Ukwu circumcision on the 8th day. It is not also a coincidence that the Igbos do this and the Israelites do this on the 8th day. Obose Asato. The red cap that look like cannery of Bono. Where do I start from? You see this red cap I'm wearing is not new. And to even shame the people who thought it was the Europeans that brought us red cap, I have posted pictures. Because there's one of us, a pastor, forgotten his name now, is a pastor from Igboland that said Ndi Igbo should calm down, that we are not the owners of red cap, that the red cap belongs to the Benin. It was just brought to us. I said no. I went back to history. The most photographed ethnic group in Africa, aside from Egypt, listen again, the most photographed ethnic group aside from Egypt in Africa are the Bini people. Not one photograph of the Bini people showed them wearing this red cap. Not one. Not one photograph. Go to Igbo land. Photos of different people wearing red cap in Igboland were shown. Photographs of Ndi Igbo wearing red cap exist. You can type it into your listen. Photographed by Northcote Thomas, a British colonial photographer who came and met them that way and photographed them. Please double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up. So let's not derail too much. And we're not making claims. Everything I have said, go and find out. If it is contrary, post it here and disgrace me. Or let me also learn, because we're all learning. Double tap on this video so that you can give it a thumbs up, please. Okay, so we'll proceed. We'll proceed from Igbo-Ukwu, where I said Isaiah Nozier sparked a revolution by discovering artifacts. And people were saying these artifacts cannot be of Igbo origin, that they are too old and they are too sophisticated. But let me prove to you that they are of Igbo extraction. Among the artifacts is a woman who bore scarifications on her face like this, lines on her face like this. That is what we call Ichi marks. Ichi marks. I don't know how old you are, but you can still browse and find pictures of Igbo people bearing Ichi marks like this on their face. Of course, that is true. There is God. Eri, son of God. Eri, the son of God, is in the Bible. And there is that God, the Obu God, in Igboland. But that's not the topic I want to discuss, so that people will not say we are being controversial. I'm being factual. Very factual here. I once invited a professor of anthropology to do a live stream with me, and I'm going to definitely do so again within the week, so that he can discuss the Igbo-Jewish relationship. He's a linguist. He's a linguistic expert as well. He has studied words from Igboland and words from Jewish dictionary. He sent me his books. He found so many similarities. So, yes, in Igbo-Ukwu, where Isaiah Nozier hailed from. So these artifacts have shown that one has scarifications of Ichi marks. There were beads on the head. And then lastly, very, very interestingly, one was carrying Ugwuele, the staff that Igbo people usually hold, that you see native doctors holding to the Ugwuele. So our artifacts were not just metal, they were telling our story, our ancient story that merges with the current Igbo story. So that was how we discovered that truly these artifacts are Igbo artifacts. They were discovered in Igbo-Ukwu. So you will see some of these artifacts today are not in Igbo land, but that is not our topic. I know one day Igbos will be so united that they can now decide, let's go for what is ours and bring them back home. Some of them are in Lagos. I said they are in Lagos at the National Council for Museums and Monuments. Some are in London and some are scattered all over the world. Yes, Igbo-Ukwu, as I was saying, that these people tried to make it look like it was not Igbo art. But when you look at the art, it tells you your own immediate story. I've remembered the name of the Ezenri called Obalike. Obalike had his cap. We had caps. We even did tattoos. How will I start describing all these things? That before tattoo became very popular, it was a popular thing in Igbo land. Tattoo. The present tattoo, yeah, you see people, all the beads. Is it the waist bead or the leg chain? Men wore leg chains. Men wear waist beads. And neck chains or hand or neck. A man wore neck chain with a tiger, a lion. We don't have tiger. A lion's canine teeth here to show strength. These are Igbo culture, not borrowed ones. Please, my people, double tap this video to give it a thumbs up. Double tap on the video to give it a thumbs up so that it can reach more people. If you are also new, this is your first time of seeing our video, kindly subscribe to the channel. So we'll proceed from Igbo-Ukwu. It was difficult to proceed, but we have to proceed from Igbo-Ukwu, please. Let's go back to Enugu. In Enugu state, it will interest you that we have crisscrossed 3 states in Igboland. We moved from Abia to Enugu to Anambra, then we are back to Enugu State. We are at Nsude. At Nsude, you will have the oldest pyramid in the world. People usually talk about the Egyptian pyramids, how well calculated they are because it discusses geometry that surpasses every human understanding. They are square pyramids with a pointed edge. The pyramids in Nsude are circular, well constructed circles, concentric circles. And interestingly, these pyramids are at least 300 years older than Egyptian pyramids. Type this thing into your phone, please. Nsude is Nsude, Nsude pyramids in Enugu State. These are the things that make Ndi Igbo ancient. I have discussed 4. I started from Ugwuele. From Ugwuele, I proceeded to Lejja. Ugwuele is where you have the oldest stone tool in the world. Stone tool factory. Nsude is in Enugu State. Nsude, Nsude. Nsude. Type it into your phone. Nsude pyramids. You will see the pictures of the pyramids and how old they are. Compare the age of Nsude pyramids with Egyptian pyramids as well. You will see if it is not the same people. The people of Kemet. Kemet is what they call Egypt. Oh, oh my God. I don't know where I will start from. It will look like I'm saying too much or I'm trying to jump away from the topic that I initiated. The people of Kemet are black people. Oh. They are not white. The way you see Egyptians of today, they look white. Go to your Bible self as well. Go to Songs of Solomon. Solomon says, thou art black and comely. Thou art black and comely. That is how Solomon described Egyptian women. Okay, this person is asking about why our names are the same with Benin. Where is Benin? That place you call Benin is Igboland. Where you call Benin is Igboland. Not all of it. Part of it, even unto this day. It is called Idu Igodomigodo and Idu. We are not Benin, but a part of our people are still in Benin and Idu. So the thing I don't want to deviate, please. Let me focus on this Kemet something. The people in Kemet, the Egyptians, were black people. So it is possible that those who learned pyramid technology in Igboland also took it to Kemet. Yes, the land of Benin is called Anidu. And the inhabitants were of different groups. We have the Esan people there. You cannot tell an Esan man that is a Benin man. You cannot tell an Ibanke man that is an Esan or is a Benin man. And that one is Igbo. The land was called Idu Igodomigodo. The same way we have, and if you ask them who founded Benin, they will tell you that one man, Pa Idu, founded Benin. Idu is an Igbo man. So Idu founded Benin. I know there are usually Benin people watching my video. So if this is false, you just type it here. Osakwe is like saying Olisekwe. It is not a Benin origin name. If I say Olisekwe now, what does it mean to you? Olisekwe? Of course, I've seen many Igbo people. When I say Igbo, some will think I'm saying Southeast. When I say Igbo, my mind is everywhere, including parts of Benin. Olisekwe is Osakwe. Same meaning, different dialect. In my hometown, it is Osekwe. But it is Olisekwe. Osakwe is not a Benin word. There are many, it's not just Osekwe. Osamo. Mode. This Abia now, or Abija, is the same way, is a word relating Jews and Igbos. But we'll treat that as a separate topic someday. There are many words describing Igbo and Jewish relationship. But that's not our topic for today, okay? Let's not debate. We're looking at the things that make Ndi Igbo ancient. And we have talked about 4. The 5th one will shock you. Then we can now start digressing a little if we want to. What is the 5th one? In Igboland, because when we say Igboland, you usually think Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi State. All what you will think about is the 5 southeastern states. We think beyond that. So I'm taking you now to one of the Igbo states called Akwa Ibom State. And then I'm taking you to another Igbo state that was newly created, very, very newly, in just 1967. And before it was created, there's a motive. The person who created it said, General Yakubu Gowon in 1967 said, I think that was April 27, he said, if the East attempts to break away from Nigeria, I will create the core states. That was a threat. And he followed through the threat. He created core states. What is the meaning of core state? Core state is spelled C-O-R, core states. C in core means cross rivers. O means Ogoja. R means rivers. So he created cross river states and created river states, but he did not create Ogoja state. These were the people who considered themselves as minority Igbos, or the small minority tribes in Igboland. So I'm taking you to a place called Ikom. Ikom is spelled I-K-O-M. Ikom, where you have the Ikom monoliths. Do you know that it is believed that it was in Ikom that Eve, who in our local parlance is Ivu, because that's how the husband described her, Ivu, Eve. That is where the first birth of a human being happened. Ikom. Ikom is spelled I-K-O-M. Ikom. Ikom. I-K-O-M. The Ikom monoliths tells a story, and the Ikom monoliths are some of the oldest art in the world. Type, find out, compare, read. Come back to this channel and share the channel to your family members to subscribe. Ikom, I-K-O-M. So when our sister, thank you so much, Franklin. So, Frank Rice. So when our sister Catherine, Professor Catherine Acholonu, started her work, people said she's mad. Because the title of her book is that she had discovered, and from knowledge, she was shouting, we lived before Adam. And people said, what kind of talk is that? How can you live before Adam? Adam was the first man on earth. But Catherine Acholonu insisted that we lived before Adam. Thank you so much, my brother Stanley Chibueze. So when Gowon boasted that he will create the core state, he was not joking. He created core state. What did he do with core state? Cross River State, he carved out on the Igbo. They call them Isobo people. They are Igbos. To show you that they are Igbos, when they were killing people during the Biafra genocidal war, they went to Isobo and massacred people. Only one you hear is Asaba massacre, thinking it's only Asaba. They massacred Ishagu as well. Ishagu people are from Oka, and they're in Delta State. So they made sure they know you more than you know yourself. If you are denying that you are not Igbo because you are in the you are not in the South, it's I pity you. They will come for you. They will treat you better. They will treat you worse than they will treat only Igbo, because they know that you are Igbo true and true. And why I laugh is that this is a digital age, for God's sake. When people doubt the ancestry, because identity crisis is not Nigerian, it is not Igbo. Identity crisis is all over the world. It is even more in advanced countries, because there are people who came from slave trade. They don't know where they are from. No, me, I know my great-great-grandfather. I know where my great-great-grandfather was buried. Some people don't even know where their grandfather was buried. Sorry, my microphone went off, so I needed to change it. So as I was saying, if you say you are from my hometown, they may ask you, where is your grandfather's grave? That's the first way to test if you are really from somewhere or if you're not. Yes, my sound went off. Thank you so much. I had to change the microphones that I was using. So, very, very simply, as I am, I know my great-great-great-grandfather's grave. There are people abroad who do not know their own grandfather. Some don't know their immediate father. So they do what is called ancestry DNA test. When you run your ancestry DNA test, you will immediately know where you're from. I challenge all those Cross River State people. Edo State, Imo State, no, not Imo State. Imo State do not have that kind of crisis. Rivers, Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom that came from Cross Rivers, Kogi, Benue, Edo, go for your ancestry DNA. And even some of the kings ranting in Anioma that they are not Igbo, go for your ancestry DNA. Stop disgracing yourself. Go for your ancestry DNA test. Post the result for the world to see so that nobody will disturb you anymore. This thing was so much or so good that in Jamaica and even some in New York, people like Nicki Minaj, their own is not to 2 weeks. But she said she bears a name called Onyeka. In her own language, she was named Onika. And when asked me, he said Onika means who is greater than God. And someone was able to tell her that this is an Igbo name. It means Onyeka. And she accepted. Do your ancestry DNA, like people like Lil Wayne did his own and said he's Igbo. He posted a video of it, said, I am Igbo. Look at my ancestry DNA results. I'm Igbo, man. TD Jakes did his own and said, I'm Igbo. Look at my DNA result, man. People like Buju Banton did his own and posted and said, look at my DNA result, I'm Igbo, man. When they were spreading rumor that Rihanna did, I am a person who loves history. I went to check. She did not. She says she's not Igbo. She has not checked. But the people who checked and posted are the ones I'm telling you so. That they have tested their DNA and said, I am Igbo. How much more somebody who lives close to Igboland? We're telling you people who are in far away, who never visited Igboland, but they said their DNA is showing 70% Igbo. Then maybe 30% came from their mother's side or their father's side, depending on who gave them that DNA. That is Igbo. The Igbo DNA is very strong. If you have it in your system, it's going to take up 60%. You never see it small Igbo, usually high. Then if the person is African, you see Akan people, Igbo and Luo joining together. This is an age of technology, so nobody comes to say, I am this or I am that, when you know you are not. Just go and do your test, post your results. Everybody will immediately cure. Nobody is doubting Buju Banton because this is scientifically proven. So we are now going to Ikom. We're in Ikom now, Igboland, where Catherine Acholonu make bold to state that Ndi Igbo lived before Adam. And she went further to write a book, do these historical documentaries, presented it at Harlem Book Fair. Now, Harlem Book Fair is the biggest book fair in the world. That's where she went in New York City, 2009, and presented her book so that any questions could be asked. She took questions for more than 30 minutes. What is in Ikom? You can go and read more about Ikom, but I'm going to tell you a very key thing that happens in Ikom. In Ikom, one of the monoliths are like artworks depicting a human figure. One of the monoliths has tear line dropping from her eyes because it's a female figure. And then the description on it is because there are also inscriptions. Wow. When people say the Africans did not write, I just laugh. When people say Africans did not write, what do you mean that Africans did not write? It is the Europeans that said so, that our ancestors were not writing. In CBD, which is hieroglyphics in Egypt, I'm drawing another relationship taking you to Egypt after Nsude pyramids. I'm using hieroglyphics now. Type hieroglyphics into your phone. It will bring you ancient Egyptian writings. Type on CBD, it will bring you ancient Igbo writings. Compare the two. Our A is their A. Most of the things, because ours is older, right? I'm proving to you that it's older because the Sanskrits from Ikom, when compared with any other Sanskrits, Sanskrits are words written in stone. When compared with other Sanskrits, are older. That is the peak of it. So the Sanskrit on the particular monument I'm talking about says this is where the first human being was born. So it is believed that that was where the very first human being that Adam and Eve gave birth to was born. Who is that first human being? I think that should be the birth of Cain and Abel, right? Or could that be Seth in the Bible? But what he just wants you to know is that Ndi Igbo lived before Adam. Somebody made that artwork there, and the testing shows it is older than your biblical dates. Ikom monoliths of a woman having tears down her eyes due to childbirth. Remember, the Bible said when the woman gives birth, she shall be between the living and the dead. She may even be considered almost dead, and she can even die during childbirth. I don't know if there are further records of Eve after birth of her children, or if she had other children aside from Cain and Abel. I've not looked into that history. That history at Ikom records that the woman died from childbirth. So that was why they molded a statue and put a tear line on it. This is the antiquity of Ndi Igbo. Double tap this video to give it a thumbs up. This shows how ancient Ndi Igbo are. We are ancient people. Not because we want to say we are ancient people or because we want to dominate any other tribe. No, because truly we are ancient. In discussing Igbo antiquity in Nigeria, a professor of history and international studies at Lagos State University, I'm not saying a university in the southeast or in other parts of Igboland, no, in Lagos State, Professor Nkem Onyekpe. Nkem, I know you can spell. Onyekpe is Onykpe. Professor Nkem Onyekpe affirmed what the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Oguntosi, now the second, he affirmed what the Ooni said. What did Ooni say? Ooni said that the Igbos are the most ancient people on earth. That he laughs when he hears some Igbos say they are from Israel. That is not true. Rather, it is the Israelites that are from Igbo land. Otherwise, how will you explain that most of their festivals are attributed to Ndi Igbo? What I'm telling you is not me talking. It is a video that has spread on the internet. But why I'm bringing it to you is that a professor of history reaffirmed that what the man said is proven historically. He said that their festivals, particularly the Aje festival, which is a festival that celebrates wealth, is attributed to Ndi Igbo. That he is calling on Igbos to come to Ife and take ownership of that festival. He's a well-educated man and he's the king of Ife. Ife is one of the ancestral places of Yoruba people. After that, the Yorubas flooded the internet to say that he was referring to Ubos, not Igbos. He still came back to affirm that he's not talking about Ubo, because there's a place called Ubo. So the Ubo people are considered ancient people because they are forest dwellers. You see, he was not talking of Ubo. He said Igbo. Is he not knowledgeable enough to know the difference between you and I? He said Igbo. Igbo, not Ubos. And he affirmed that what he said is factual, and the professor of history proved him right. So that is pretty much it. And that aside, very recently, this our king, who we are well pleased in. Not everybody is pleased in him because they don't like the version of our history that he portrays. But if it is the right version, why will we not be happy with him? I'm talking about His Royal Highness Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha. The Obi of Onitsha released a video during the first Igwe Nnemeka Achebe annual lecture on Igbo repository. It held in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, and it had numerous kings in attendance, including those now denying their Igbo identity. And it was in that expose that he quoted sources. He said, and I quote, "The sources I'm going to quote here are more Yoruba than Igbo, because the sources he's going to quote are more of Yoruba people talking than Igbo people talking." So he described how there are traditional Igbo dwellers in Ife and the relationship between Ndi Igbo and Yoruba people. That was Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Achebe. Now you cannot say Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Achebe is an Efulefu or Ofeke, or he doesn't know what he's saying. When he insisted that why they call them Ndi Onitsha Adonidu is because they came from that area of Yoruba land, stayed a little in Ado, then proceeded to Idu before they now found themselves in the present day Onitsha. Mmadụ nọ n'Ọnitsha is just a person who is staying aside. The founder of Onitsha, Ndị nọ n'Ọnitsha, that is what it means, Onitsha. Onitsha is in everywhere now. We have Onitsha in my place. Onitsha Okpe. Okpe is one of the children of Ezemu, founder of my hometown, but he's living apart, so they call them Ndị Onitsha. The same way, this Onitsha, the main one, Onitsha Mmili, that's what we call it in my hometown, Onitsha Mmili. Now, this Onitsha Mmili, those who are beside the water, are the children of the first son of Ezechima. Ezechima is the Igbo man who lived in Ado, came back to Idu, then from Idu returned to western Igboland. He lived in Obio with his children until he passed, and he was buried in Obio. His grave is still in Obio today. Today you will see different stories, but I'm going to dissect that story now. I know you've heard of Iselukwu Kingdom. If you've not, type about it. Type and ask about Iselukwu Kingdom. Those who claim that Iselukwu Kingdom claims that they are from Benin, that they are not Igbos, right? They are the children of it, or only Igbo. Now, in Igbo, there are different dialects. In the dialect of Umu Ezechima, instead of saying Odini Igbo, they will say Olini Igbo. So the name of that founder of Iselukwu is Odini Igbo or Oli Igbo. Some call it Oli Igbo. So you've understand the name of the founder of Iselukwu now, right? Odini Igbo or Oli Igbo. Igbo is in his name. So his own is very difficult to deny that he is not Igbo. Igbo is in his name. Odini Igbo. His name is Odibo. Now, Odibo is what we call him because we are their neighbors. If you want to know the history of a community, ask the indigenes. Ask their neighbors. Please double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up. If you like what we are doing, double tap on the video. It will just give it a thumbs up. Franklin taught me that one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. I would just run a video of 2 hours. And the number of likes on the video will be very poor, sometimes too. So double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up so that it can come up. Double tap on it, give it a thumbs up, please. Thank you so much, everyone. It's coming up. So, the founder of Igbo-Ukwu is Igbo, one of the sons of Ezechima. The founder of Onitsha Mmeli, is Oheze. Oheze is the first son of Ezechima. Why did he go to Mmili gaa nọrọ n'Ọcha? Gịnị ma Oheze ji gaa nọrọ n'Ọcha? Listen to this story. Bring it up with any Igbo-Ukwu person or any Ezechima person. Let them deny it or defend it. While they lived in Obio, while Ezechima was alive, Oheze died. The first son of Ezechima died while the father was still alive. So when the father died, it became a problem, the children of Oheze retaining that status as the first sons. So there was a little squabble and they moved out. They left western Igboland, crossed over the river with the people of the Oguta today. They went together. I can't say what, I can't pick its name, but the founder of Oguta is one of the sons of Ezechima as well. That one moved very far to Imo State. You see how states can divide a nation? They are still the same, one man's children. Some went as far as Ebonyi State, in the Onitsha. So now, Oheze is settled in Onitsha. That is why you see some Onitsha people that will be forming superior Igbo. Some will even say they are not Igbo. They feel they are superior. After all, they have gone to Yoruba land, gone to Benin and come back. While the other Igbos who were on ground will say they are not Igbos. Oh my God. I'm laughing about this because to understand history, you have to change your psychology and cast your mind backwards. Imagine now that you went to New York, lived for 50 years, and came back with your children. Your children are looking down on the villagers, while the villagers are looking at your children like a fuleku. People who cannot even speak their language properly. That is how other Igbo people perceive the Onitsha people, the children of Oheze. That is why today you will see the small Igala group in the ME saying Onitsha belongs to Igala people, not Igbo people. That they met them there. Please double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up. Let's continue. So, please help this video to come up. Double tap on it to give it a thumbs up. We have 63 now. So, as I was saying, thank you so much. Whoever did this now is 64. Double tap on it. We're going to 70. Everybody double tap on the video to give it. If you have tapped on it before, if you double tap it, your like will go. So if you have not, that's what I'm saying. If you have not, just double tap on it. So as we were describing Igbos in Western Niger, I'm talking about now the children of Ezechima. He named them in such a way that you will not doubt whether these ones are Igbo or not. So when Ugwuele Achebe was describing how they moved from, somebody has double tapped and who has tapped before, so it reduced. It was 66, now it's 65. So please, those who have not, if you have not double tapped on it, double tap on it so that you can give this video a like. Igwuele Achebe was describing how they moved from Ado to Idu, then to their present location, so that when they called, they would say, Ndi Onitsha Ado ni Idu. Ndị Onitsha Ado Nidu. Ado Nidu. They lived in Ado, lived in Idu before they came here. I've lost audio because my microphone has gone off. So please, you're going to give me a little time to go and charge the microphone, right? I'm going to plug in my microphone, then I'll come back. So please give me a little time. Let me plug in my microphone. I'm going to plug in my microphone, then I'll be back, right? Just give me a little time to plug in my microphone, then I'll be back. Oh, so spirit. On the algorithm. Hmm. I'm still battling. I'm still battling with my microphones. It's not easy. Ah, I beg go. Microphone, I beg go. I can do without it, okay? Can do without a mic. Or I can use a second mic. Just that using a mic, reduce it. If I lose audio, please let me know. This is a lower version of microphone, so it will pick some noise. However it goes, it's better than using nothing. It's better than using no mic. So, as I was describing, Igwe Alfred Achebe stated clearly that his people are from Ado, stayed in Edu before they moved to the present place a na-akpọ ha ndị nọ n'Ọcha, ndị Ọnọcha. And most people started insulting him. Yeah, you're saying this, it means you are not Igbo. He's saying he is Igbo. Igbo land is very big. Let me break it down for you. We have 3 Idus. We have Idu Ime, which is this Idu. Iduere. Idu Ime is what it is called. We have Idu, Ani Idu. That is where these Bini people are. Then we have Idu Ife, which is Idu after Bini upwards. Those places are considered Ani Idu. And they are Igbo land. How are they Igbo land? Because Igbo people dwelt here. Igbo people dwelt there, then migrated out. It is as simple as that. So migration is what took our people to and away. It is called recoil migration in history. That people went somewhere and now recoiled back. So recoil migration is what brought our people back from Anidu. Recoil migration is what brought Ezechima back, what brought Akalaka back from Anidu, what brought Ezemu back, Ezemu and his 5 siblings from Ife. Let me name the 5 siblings of Ezemu. Obodo, Aniga, Ezenalia, Ekilie, and then Obodo. And then Ezemu, there are 5 siblings. These 5 siblings founded Ugwuele. When I'm saying these communities, you should relate to them. Now, Ugwuele is the parent home of all Obolo communities. No, Obolo is the parent home, but Ugwuele is like the most established one, the biggest of them all. Now, Ugwuele is where Ozo Obolo, Obolo isi ụzọ, Oko Uvuru Enumbise, Obolo Ekwe, Uburu, Obolo Ọha Ọzara, all the Obolo communities. Obolo came in Onitsha. All of them are from Obolo. And they are descendants of Ezemu. Ezemu is an Igbo man who lived in Ife, then came back to settle in present-day western part of Igboland. I am a son of Ezemu myself. So they can call me Nwe Ezemu in my hometown because we are children of Ezemu. He's the first king of my he's the founder of my community. I'm from Ugwuele Kingdom. So this is Igbo history. Things that make Ndi Igbo ancient. When we are talking about artifacts in Igboland, do you even know? Let me bring this history to you. When Festac 77 was to be hosted, they had met and decided that they will use the artifacts, Benin artifacts called Elias mask, Queen Elias mask. Now, there are many Benin artifacts, some of them even bearing Igbo name. Some of the Benin artifacts bear Igbo names, like Okuko, meaning chicken. You are surprised. Don't be. One of the videos that I have created that I will post today, I have already posted 20 words from Igbo language that are in daily use in Benin. I posted it. The video is doing well. Has up to 8,000 views now. I did not make that video 2 years ago, more than 3 years ago. So it doesn't look like I'm trying to prove anything. I just made that video casually because I carefully studied those words. There are more than 100. So you hear a Benin man talk, you would think he's speaking Igbo when you listen closely. They have mixed Ijo with Igbo and Yoruba. The word Oba is an Igbo word. Some say it means it's a short version of Obatala. No, it's a word on its own. Oba, he has entered. That was how Arabian entered. So Onyahu Bara na Bini fought with the Igbo people there. And then they were dispersed. They call it Aidu no Oba. Now that Oba in Bini that fought with Igbo people and led to that waves of migration was Oromian. Some people say it's a Benin man, went to Ife, came back. Whatever version, we know that somebody came and disrupted the process and the community was destabilized. Ayidu Noba is not a folk tale. It's something that happened for real. So this is pretty much Igbo history, not folk tale. A history of a people that are ancient people. And I was trying to tell you about Festac 77. So they agreed that they will use Queen Edia's mask. It's an ivory mask of 16th century. So they wrote letters to the British Museum and they refused to release the artifacts. But they bought it from Oba Woranwen of Benin, known as Nobaisi, meaning the enlightened one. He is the Oba who was dethroned from Benin Kingdom during the 1897 punitive expedition, the plundering of Benin Kingdom. It will interest you to know that while Benin was plundered, the neighboring communities like Ugwuele and the rest, who were very powerful during the Kumeku War, were not plundered. They plundered Benin, took all their artifacts, sat on it and used it to snap pictures before they left. Dethroned the Oba, sent him away from Benin. he came to Ubulukwu Kingdom and slept. Spent some time. He was given people who will escort him, and he was taken to Calabar, where he lived and died. So the artifacts stolen from Benin called Quenedia's mask was proposed to be used for Festac 77. Obasanjo wrote letters upon letters, even visited, and they refused to release the artifacts. So he heard that my community has an artifact that looks like Quenedia's mask. I wish I would have the liberty to go and bring a photograph of that artifact now and show us. YouTube doesn't have a space for somebody to comment with an image. I would have posted the image of the artifact. While Quenedia's mask is a woman's mask, having hair on it like this. Ozomi Yoba mask is a male mask, having beards like this on it. I've said that I'm going to remove Ozomi Yoba because it is stolen. As we speak, it is stolen. It's a missing mask. Nobody knows where it is. It is 12th century mask, older than Quenedia's mask. So the king of my community, Obi Edward Chukwuyem Ofulue, and the Obi of Iselukwu, Obi Osemene, traveled together to Lagos to present the two masks. The one from Ubulukwu is Ozomi Yoba mask. The one from Iselukwu is Esige's mask. When Bini people first came to Iselukwu, they brought a mask of the king of Bini called Esige, and presented it to Olibo, the king of Iselukwu. Iselukwu is a new kingdom, because I'm telling you of 16th century. So, Esige's mask was presented to Olibo. So that is the Iselukwu mask. The Ubulukwu mask is Ozomi Yoba mask, an ancient mask. Obasanjo saw these masks and rejected them. Why? They are fine. They are even older than Quenedia's mask. They are authentic, but they are Igbo masks. They are Igbo masks. They are Igbo masks, I swear. So, Obasanjo couldn't use them. It will mean promoting the Igbo people. Anything that promotes an Igbo person, anything that promotes the Igbo, the Nigerian state will not support it. And that was too early because the Civil War had just ended about 5-6 years ago. The wounds were still fresh. They did not use those masks. The masks were returned to my hometown, where later they came for it. Whether they bought it or they stole it, the masks are no more in my hometown. They are no longer in my community anymore. But these masks, we know. I have picture myself of Ozomi Yoba mask. So Ozomi Yoba is no longer in my hometown. Esige's mask is no longer in Iselukwu. These are Igbo masks owned by Igbo towns. So that's it. The antiquity of Ndi Igbo is so much. If you're just joining us, please double tap on this video to like it so that it can reach more people. Maybe that mask is now in Germany. That is my brotherhood boy. See what I planned to do. I have paid an artist and given that artist the picture of the mask to mold. They are going to mold it for me. I'm going to use it as a pendant because it's a pendant too. Our kings, these things were not just artworks. They were like deities. In fact, the first people that stole it couldn't escape with it. So they had to go and bring them back with a cow. They got to where the artwork was and killed a cow as sacrifice before they were able to bring it back to the palace and sanction the people who stole it. Their vehicle could not move anymore. Themselves could not move, which means they have committed an abomination. I don't know where they went to get another counter juju that they used to suppress it and then stole it. So I've given an artist description and pictures to mold it for me. I will be wearing it as a pendant. I will also snap it and post so that it will go viral. Anywhere you see it, any museum in the world you see it, please snap it and send to us. We can go and find it. It is our heritage. The Benin people are even reclaiming their own. They are completing the construction of MOA now, Museum of West African Arts, where all the artifacts stolen from them can be returned to. And then people all over the world who like Benin art can go and watch the artworks. Even if the names of some of the artworks is Igbo names, but they will go and watch it. It is time that we also push for the return of over 200 and something artifacts that were stolen from Igbo-Ukwu. What you have at the Igbo-Ukwu Museum is not the original one. No. It's a replica. Just like I'm saying I want to mold a replica of my own father's mask. These things were stolen by people who knew the value. Probably telling our ancestors that these things are deities, they need to be destroyed. But they took them away. My people, please double tap on this video to like it. I want to thank everyone who has engaged so far with this video. I'm so grateful. In fact, I've not streamed the video and it had this number of likes, 76, because of what I learned today from Frank. Thank you so much, Frank. Please double tap on this video to like it. As you're double tapping, I can just wake up and see 100 people have liked the video. We looked at today at the antiquity. Yes, we are jobless. Why are you with jobless people? This person is wonder. The jobless people are doing video. You that has a job, you are watching the video and even had time to comment. Okay, shake my hand. We're in the same category. Now, some people think people who do history are jobless. Once you know your history, you have solved 80% of your problem. You have now understood yourself. One of the biggest mysteries in this world. We are spiritual beings in a human body. It may take you a lifetime to understand yourself. Oh my God, he said, what value does an old mask contribute to our society? Let me give you one small value that an old mask contributes to the British economy. You know the number of people that go on tourism to British Museum to watch African artworks that they believe were British owned? You think those people spent money to come and do punitive expedition, transport it for no reason? It does a lot of good. People go there, people who understand history, not people like you. I'm not trying to insult you, but people who have the understanding of history, who know that it is important to know where you are coming from. If you know yourself that you are coming from greatness, you will not reduce the bar, you will increase it. You will not accept anything less. So people who understand and know history know that you must preserve it. So people who go to watch these artifacts and draw inspirations from them at museums and even understand how human evolution and human times have been are not jobless. They even pay huge money to see these artworks, okay? So they don't see it for free. You can now imagine how jobless you say they are. People who are jobless go to the Eiffel Tower in Paris to snap photographs. Jobless people as well, like you described, contributed money and molded Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. I think it's in Rio de Janeiro. Now, people who are jobless as well also contributed money to mold the Statue of Liberty in America. You don't joke with artworks. You don't demean. Oh, people who are jobless were the ones who built the pyramids and introduced the Pythagoras theorem. Do you even know what you just commented? It's sad when people come out to advertise their ignorance. My brother, you have finished him and he has disappeared. How very, very senseless can people be? History. History is a discipline in the university to show you how important it is. Eh? There's a faculty of history and international study in universities. Some call it faculty of history and sociology. Some call it faculty of history and anthropology. Because of how important history is. In university, not just secondary schools. That is to tell you how important it is to study history. Then you come here to say people who talk about it are jobless people. How does it add anything to your table? You think man is in this world to just eat food. You say, well, what does it add to your bank account? If it's about bank account, it adds value to your bank account, okay? Because those relics, let's not go far back. Do you know how much the shirts worn by Michael Jackson last? All those shirts he wears to his shows, do you know how much they were sold? The last chewing gum that Sir Alex Ferguson of Manchester United chewed in his last match in charge of Man United, do you know how much that chewing gum was sold? The last hand gloves of Edwin van der Sar, do you know how much it was sold? The knives used by Okumeku warriors in western Igboland during Okumeku war, anti-colonial resistance, do you know how much they are being valued at the British Museum? Let me not get started, please. All these things, whether they have gold, silver, or brass, or even bronze, because the Quenedia's mask that Obasanjo was looking for was bronze. It was ivory. Speaking of ivory, do you know how much ivory products are worth? Do you know how many elephant tusks or bones were crushed to make an ivory mask? Who even made this comment? Said history is beyond what you think it is. It's beyond what you think it is. History is not something that jobless people are the ones doing. It's like when I first started this history channel, I would see that most of the people who watch my videos are men. I said that's how it should be. It was like the time I started seeing women. I wasn't surprised too. You must know your historical origin. If you know your past and you know your present, you have known two, is remaining one, that is tomorrow. You can predict. You can also avoid mistakes that your ancestors have made or correct their mistakes. That is the essence of history. First thing they do to a slave when they are captured is to make sure they don't speak their language. You don't mix 3 slaves together who are from the same tribe. They will scatter them, give the people of different origins so that they don't know their history. They will teach them a new history. Make sure that they don't in any way remember where they are coming from. Because if they know, it's finished. Let me teach you something about what this commenter said. This person, his name is Simple Chris. Simple Chris, this is my first time of seeing your comments, but let me use what you just said to teach him something. You said something about ancestral altars. That community where you hail from as an Igbo man, there's a place called Ishuane in my hometown. It is in every hometown. They may have different names for it. It is the ancestral altar. Anytime a person settles in a settlement, you first of all plant tree. We call that tree Ogirisi. In English, it's called Newbodia leavis. When they plant that tree, it is the place that they will always come to welcome a stranger. It is in that place they pour libation and make prayers as well. That is your holy ground, not Jerusalem, not Mecca. That is your holy ground. Go to that place if you like to pray. Pray to your own God. I'm not saying pray to your ancestors, since you may see it as the ancestral worship, or you may see it as fetish. Pray to your God in your holy ground. That is where you were conceived. And read your Bible as well. What did God tell Gideon when he was hiding? When they were fighting his people and he was hiding? The prophet said, come out, that mighty man of valor. Said, me, mighty man of valor, me that was hiding when they were fighting. Said, yes, because you have not realized who you are. Go back to your father's house. That is your holy ground. That was where Gideon went to before he came back and emerged a warrior. Don't joke with your ancestry. Don't say what is history. People like you, your children may not be speaking their language. I've dedicated enough time to you. I will not continue. Don't joke with your ancestral altars or your. I said that artifacts. Even the ones in Benin, these are the things they use in coronation. If the government of Nigeria had such and they were using it to swear people into office, how do you think people will be misbehaving? These days, you have traditional rulers that are living in Lagos, some in Abuja. The ones in River State, almost all the traditional rulers live in Port Harcourt, except the one that their kingdom is very far from Port Harcourt. All the traditional rulers in Oba, Ebema, Ndoni, their house is in Port Harcourt. If you ask them, they will talk about insecurity that time. But the insecurity is no more there. Okay, thank you. I've seen the Nsude. Okay, you have also seen the bronze cock Oba. They call it Okuko. This the Bini art is called Okuko. Okukor. Okuko. Please double tap on this video to like it. Share it to your audience as well. Hello, brother. Can you talk a little about Igbos in present-day southern Cameroon? The Igbos in present-day southern Cameroon is not so long ago that they stopped being part of Nigeria. It was even during Obasanjo's time that it was considered. I think it was during the Biafra War that they used a route in Bakassi to penetrate Igboland. So they ceded that part of Nigeria to Cameroon. It was in our map, but cut off. So there are Igbos who were part of Akwa Ibom states. And Akwa Ibom state is eastern region. I hope you know that before. Akwa Ibom, there's no Akwa Ibom state. Let's talk of Cross River states. But there was no Cross River state until Gowon wanted to do what he did by creating states. So all those areas were eastern region. Even if they are not Igbo speaking, it is eastern region. So there are Igbo people in present-day Cameroon who are indigenous there. They did not travel to that place. So it was because map was caught. And in the map, they fell into Cameroon. We have always said this, that a nation can exist across countries. A nation can exist across states. They are still the same nation. How is this possible? Igbo people are in Cameroon, they are in Gabon, they are in Equatorial Guinea, they are in Brazil, they are in Haiti, they are in Jamaica, they are in West Virginia, they are in North Carolina, they are in every part of the world where many of them are indigenous. They are still Igbo people. Nothing stops them from being Igbo. So there are Igbos in Cameroon and they are indigenous there. It was cartography, government trying to create map for administrative convenience that carved them away from their brothers and sisters. They are still in the Igbo. So Bakossi Peninsula was part of Biafra. The whole of Cross River States. There was no Cross River State, so let's just not be talking Cross River State. It was Gowon that said, you want to go? Let me create Cross River State. Piam, he created a state, called it Cross Rivers. Created another state, said, this one is rivers. You have rivers. You have Cross River. River, Cross River. And then that was how those states came. And then we have other states with them. There were 13 states, I think, when we started. And today, here we are. People in those places, if you tell them they are Igbo, some are willing to fight with you. Why those who have understood that there's a difference between political identity and cultural identity will say, go on. Don't you see what is happening in his own state? Do you know that I thought, we learn every day, I thought Gowon was a stammerer as a young man, and that in old age it is affecting him. I didn't know he wasn't a stammerer. If you see his speech when he was younger, very fluent, very good in English. Before he can say one word now, he struggles, he stammers. I say, wow, what could have happened to this man? And he's still saying that there was no killing during the Biafra genocidal war, that it was just palm trees that they were shooting. That most of these bullets got to palm trees, not human beings. So yes, there are Igbos. That's to answer one of the questions that I saw here. And also, some people asked why there are Igbo people bearing Benin sounding words, names in Igboland. There is Usifo, clearly a Benin name, right? But in my hometown, you have people who bear the name Usifo. Let me mention names. There is Osaro, in western Igboland. There is Usifo. There is Obebo. My great-grandfather's elder brother's name is Obebo. These were Benin names. Why is there such a Benin name? There is a Zabo. Why is there such Benin name? Benin people were not like you see them described today as a mighty. There were Benin people who were craftsmen. I interviewed one group recently. And interestingly, any Benin group that settles in our midst, we call them Ndi Idu or Ndi Idu. That is the people who are from Idu. Idu is our brother, not a stranger. Idu is a brother to Igbo people. Is it a brother to Eri? Yes. Some people say they crossed paths or they departed at Kogi Confluence River. One went through the river Niger, the other one went through the river Benue, and later found himself in Benin. The Benin story will say that during the Great Flood, like the Bible described the Great Flood, that it was Abraham that was the first man, and Noah, sorry, that survived the flood. Benin people say it was Idu that survived the flood, while Ndi Igbo believe it was Eri, right? So, Idu is our brother. Any people who came from Idu's place to my place are called Ndi Ani Idu or Ndi Idumu Idu. They were craftsmen. Some of them dwelled in our midst, married our children, will marry their own children. They are part of us now. They were also part of us then. While our people went to Benin, Benin was a kingdom that was growing in popularity, and the Portuguese came. My grandmother saw my grandmother, yes, grandmother, not even great-grandmother, because I am a very privileged person to have met my great-great-grandmother. But my grandmother is the one I'm talking about. This grandmother is my father's mother. She died in 1996. My father's mother talks about the Portuguese. She calls them Ndi Potoki. Ndi Potoki came with clothing materials, with mirror, with all kinds of things, and gave to the Benins. Gave them guns as well, while the Benin in turn gave them slaves. They became slave merchants. To the Oba of Benin, everybody in Benin is an Ovioba. Ovioba means a slave to the king. Please double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up so that it can come up on the algorithm. An Ovioba, that is the king's slave. Everybody was Ovioba, apart from the Oba himself and his immediate household. So he was a slave merchant. They gave him guns, he gave them slaves. It made the Benin kingdom more popular because they were fighting wars. The Igbos were not fighting wars in any way. Igbos were not known to be conquering and plundering kingdoms, no. But the Benis were. So the places they conquered probably institute kingship, their own version of kingship. They will say they are the owners of that place. But the place you are saying you are the owner, example is went up. So I've used different microphones today. Interesting. Please Double tap on the video. Thank you so much, Waski. So they were quarreling. Who will take over from the father? Is a Chima, who was buried in Obio, showing that Okbale, the sound should be back now. No? Okay. Showing that Okbale is the first son, because it is in the first son's house or settlement that the father will be buried. So Chima's burial place today is in Obio. Obio is just close to Iseluku. It's a boundary community to Obuluku, my own hometown. So when there was this dispute, the Bini people came and settled this dispute between the children of Ezechima. And today they are claiming they are the founders of Iseluku. How can you found a kingdom? You are an Oba. The community you founded, the king should be Oba now. The same way Oromiyan came straight from Yoruba land and founded Benin, and they have Oba. There is Oba where it's coming from. That way, since you founded Iseluku, the king should be Oba, not Obi. Obi is an Igbo word. Oba is also an Igbo word. But we have been, all the communities in Western Igboland is either Obi, Eze, or Obaluku that rules it. There's no place we have one Oba, one. The next line of lie was to say that the word Obi is a Benin word called Ovbi, O-V-B-I. Very, very laughable. Ovbi. That is Ovbi. That is not okay, let me read some comments. Thank you so much for telling me about the sound. Senior bro, greetings from Ottawa, California, an indigenous person of Iseluku. Wow. So if I had talked rubbish here, Iseluku person will rubbish me. So Iseluku people, Bomo Ezechima. Ezechima is an Igbo man who lived in Benin, not as anyhow person in Benin, but a royalty in Benin, such that till today, all the descendants of all the people who hold the asset title in Benin are greeted Lauvieze, referring to Ezechima, who has left many years ago. Please double tap on this video to like it. The kings of Benin. I've talked a lot about Benin, about Iseluku here, even talking about the Esige's mask as a very ancient mask that was presented to Olibo by Esige. A mask, a bronze mask, presented to Olibo, the king of Iseluku, by Esige, the king of Benin. King presenting mask to a king. What does it tell you? If Olibo was a servant or a slave of Benin Kingdom, like they usually say, you are our slaves, will a king come and present his own mask to this king like a way of extending diplomatic relationship to him? The people who are very, very intelligible in this regard, who are linguists, they study languages. So today, I was able to find out, I'll post the video very soon. So let's not be in a hurry. Please, when I end this live video, go to our channel and watch the video that I'm about to post. It is talking about Igbo language. You see this word in Igbo called so. You will be surprised how many people use versions of so. So meaning only or just. So only you or just you. In English, it is solo. That is not an English word, it's a Latin word, solo, meaning the same thing, only you or just solo, so. Language, I believe the history of the world is a shared one. It's not very, very clear. So we are just interacting. The more we interact, we exchange words. That's what I feel. So if you are going to look for Igbo words in Japanese, you will find though, because the Igbo language is very old. So like this person is saying, it's used in the Caribbeans, particularly where I picked that it is used is Jamaica. The Igbo words in Jamaican patois That is their language, patois. There are more than 15 that I was able to look at today. When I mean look at, I am looking at them critically. One of them is Obia. What we call Abia, they call it Obia. In my hometown, the highest deity they will ask you to swear if you commit Otrum, that is murder, is Abia. In Jamaica, if somebody wants to swear for you, they will say Abia will kill you. Obia. Ha. How come? So there are many. The list goes on. It is not an expansionist. Okay, somebody was talking about audio. I hope this audio is not disturbing because it's not blinking. So please confirm. Double tap on the video to give it a thumbs up. I hope this video audio is clear because Raphael Mazu is saying audio. Raphael, is the audio on? I just didn't want to hold the microphone in my hand. Is the audio on? And I don't want to end the video so soon. Otherwise, I can go and plug in the other microphones. Is the audio back? Please let me know in the comment section. Somebody should please comment. If you can hear my audio, just let me know. Okay, thank you so much. Maybe that comment, he placed it before and it dropped now. So I had feared that there was no audio in all these things I've been saying. So I was saying that in my part of Igboland, I wonder why this microphone stopped working. It's on, but it's not working. Okay. Okay, so in my part of Igboland, I want to try something. Please, everyone, just give me 1 minute. Let me go and plug these nonsense microphones. So we're back. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. I just don't want to end the video abruptly. I needed to go and plug in my microphones. I hope, I'm just asking, I hope you have subscribed to our channel. If you have not, please do well to subscribe. That's the best way you can encourage us, okay? Also double tap on this video to like it. We were saying that the Igbo people are a nation. And the number one distinctive feature of a nation is that a nation can exist across state boundaries. A nation can exist across boundaries of a country, a sovereign nation, a sovereign country. example is the Igbo people. I have also used other tribes as example, other ethnic groups. In Nigeria, the Ijaw people are in Delta, Rivers, Cross Rivers, Edo State. My website is Inuane Cultural Forum at inuaneculturalforum.com. Just inuaneculturalforum.com. inuaneculturalforum.com. Thank you. So if you just type it, Inuane Cultural Forum, Inuane is spelled the way it is spelled on our handle here. We usually post cultural articles, but because of the overwhelming work and my inability to also set up AdSense on that account on the website, I have not posted much. This is what gives me joy to do live video. It is stress-free. It doesn't give me much stress because nobody is going to say, the editing team is not around. Today is a Sunday. They cannot edit the video that I shot on Sunday. You post it on Tuesday. But if you are doing a live video, you are live. Whatever message you are passing will get to the right audience at the right time. That's why I usually do live video. But when I'm done with a live video, I usually check the performance of the video to include how many likes did it get, how many engagements. So please double tap on the video to give it more likes. If you give it 6 likes more, it will hit 100. That's a milestone because the video is stretching now to close to 2 hours. It's so nice to have every one of you on board. I'm so happy today, and I'm going to go offline now, but I'm going to post a video. So please expect the video. When it comes, stream it, share it as well. The video discusses how Igbos from Delta State are reclaiming their Igbo identity. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to thank you, Raphael, Edwin, Simple Chris, everyone, Francis, who taught me, that is Frank, who taught me how they can double tap and like the video. David, thank you so much. Callistus, everyone, thank you. Canary King, Raphael, my brother, Cheesy, thank you so much. David Ememe, if Nigeria has learned from that event, the Nigerian Civil War would have never happened. That's true. Proudly an Igbo man, DT3725. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. Everyone who made win shirts. Wow, Breza. Thank you so much. Happiness, thank you. Thank you, everyone, especially those who called my attention to the audio when it wasn't working. Hood boy, I don't know if you're still online. Thank you so much. You made this live video a very interesting and engaging one. Thank you, everyone. Do have a very lovely evening. Give this video a thumbs up. If you are not yet a subscriber, kindly subscribe to our channel. Be rest assured that once in a while we will post videos that discusses our cultural heritage and Igbo identity like this. Daalụnụ. Chukwu gọzie unu. Ka ọ dị na mbọsị ọzọ. Daalụnụ everyone. Thank you all. God bless you all.